I resent the notion that I will not handle this morning in a manner that is befitting of a person of my professionalism and gravitas. Can I get a chant, please? Thank you. I cannot speak for the crew. I can only speak for myself. How are we doing this morning, gentlemen? How's everything in Detroit today, my friend? I would like to find the most expensive restaurant on planet Earth because that is where you are buying me Mr. Max contract. I'm going to spend every penny you ever made in the NBA.
Man.
Jalen has literally said nothing since he's showed up.
How
You know what, Jalen? You're handling it like you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. You're not making excuses. You showed up to work, which is the first step. You dress very nice. The fade is tight.
Step.
You've done everything that you can do to support the Detroit area and the Lions in the best way that you can.
You saw that, right? New York Post. Oh, he's darn good.
See?
He's darn good.
Put him in the Hall of Fame. Make him Joe Namath.
He's in the Jets Hall of Fame right now.
Is, right? You saw the ball. I wish we had him
He's
here for
already
Greeny to hold.
the Jets' second best quarterback of all time.
I'm not even sure why you're equivocating. Maybe he's the best. All kidding aside. I love you, Joe. I'm only kidding. All kidding aside, I thought, and Ryan, I'll turn to you, and then I'm going to pound Jalen mercilessly all morning long. But I thought that the poise that he showed in coming back from the worst possible start. I mean, as he's running right on that very first play, and we showed it to you right there, I'm thinking to myself, he's not really going to throw this, is he? I mean, I've never played a game of organized football in my life, and I know you can't make that throw. But so to bounce back from the worst possible mistake to begin a game at 21 years and 97 days of age, that I thought really showed a lot.
You know what? I think being 21 helps him, though. He doesn't know the history of Jets quarterbacks. He doesn't know every quarterback who has started a game and not started well and how they bounce back. What's impressive to me is this is a guy who entered the league with turnover questions, and to have the first play start the way it did, be a pick six, and to recover from it, and not just recover and play well, but have an excellent game, make big throws, and continue to push the ball down the field was what I liked the most. He said let the game come to him, and he did an amazing job of keeping his team in down and distances that he was able to complete passes. Have to give a big shout out to Jeremy Bates, the offensive coordinator, and what he was able to do with Sam Darnold.
And I got to be honest, Greeny, when he first throws that pick, I flash back to USC and 22 turnovers in 2017. Yes. But then I went to my notes. I actually looked up a conversation that we had going into a game against UCLA, and he said, one thing I have to get better at is my poise and how I react to adversity. He got with a mental toughness coach. Like, it's something he really worked on towards the tail end of his tenure at USC, and apparently it's paid off.
It was a really good start. So let me turn to you here now, my friend.
11 minutes into the show, I got to say what I'm going to say now.
Okay, go, because that was just horrific.
It was. So here's the thing. Watching both of those games last night, I'm a diehard Lions fan. Great breakdown of what the Raiders did out there last night. It had me thinking, what is a franchise quarterback really worth? Like, you're enthusiastic about your guy. We do tiers. We talk about who's elite. And so I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. Matthew Stafford is considered a franchise quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Himbo, check this out. So, worth the money. All I know is these guys haven't won a playoff game. None of them have been an MVP. None of them clearly have led their team to a Super Bowl. And no quarterback, when he's taking up 15% of a team's salary cap, has ever won the Super Bowl. So when I watched Jared Goff, young quarterback, first contract, I saw that happen with Flacco. I saw that happen with Russell Wilson. Where you can actually build out your roster and you're not putting all your money into your quarterback. Well, these are three teams that have already done that. So when you talk about the weaknesses, the Lions haven't had a 100-yard rusher in 68 games.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Reggie Bush was the guy.
Absolutely. And so when you're San Fran and you pay Jimmy Garoppolo after 7 games, and you the Raiders and you pay Carr, but you don't pay Khalil Mack, who can give you an identity, it has me thinking those three teams may be looking at ebbs and flows for a really long time.
I understand what you're saying, but Ryan, I would turn this to you. As I watched the Lions play, not just last night, I think Matt Stafford is the opposite of their problem. He was terrible last night, absolutely terrible, and he took a beating last night too. That one shot in the ribs, I never thought he'd get up. But generally speaking, I think he remains the best thing about that team, right?
But
I mean,
that's what happens with people that
team.
don't watch the team closely.
Well, what I also think about.
Wait, finish that thought. What does that mean?
Go ahead.
No, to Jalen's point, I don't believe that Matt Stafford's talent or what he can do as a quarterback is the issue. I don't believe he's saying that. What he's saying is you're not able to build around these guys now. When you look at the young quarterbacks, guys who are still on their rookie deals, the stalwarts, and especially the guys that the cap money goes to, are the people who are around them, whether it be the offensive line that blocks, having defenses like they had with the Legion of Boom in Russell Wilson's early years. When you dedicate that much money to one position, it's hard to get the complementary parts to have your team be good. And I think that's where Detroit is. You haven't had a running back rush for 100 yards since 2013. That is a problem. That means up front you aren't changing the line of scrimmage, and you have nobody that can create plays out of nothing.
All right, I have to get to a break, but so you would rather pay that money to Khalil Mack than to Matt Stafford? Can I just
Absolutely,
okay,
because
fair enough.
when Khalil
You
Mack
agree with
was
that? Khalil Mack or Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford.
I agree. I think Matt Stafford.
Me too. That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's a quarterback you pay him.